We often mistakenly see bullying in the workplace as merely a micro-level or individual-level problem. We fail to recognize how workplace bullying is a systematic, macro-level problem that requires a macro-level solution. Because we tend to think only about the target, the bully or the organization itself, we tend to get caught up in certain limited solutions. For example, self-help, employer programs, or even counseling for specific bullies. Those solutions leave the majority of targets of bullying unprotected or think only about organizational level solutions that have simply not been realized. We oftentimes fail to recognize how the vast majority of targets of harassment and bullying are left with no meaningful protection or help. While the U.S. legal system for the most part ignores or even worsens workplace bullying, personal departments in many companies often do the same. The reality is that workplace bullying is not a minor problem. It is pervasive. We could even consider it to be an epidemic in the American workplace. Workplace bullying is severe, and the effects on targets, workplaces, communities, and societies are devastating. The employer community knows about workplace bullying. The fact is, bullying continues to be more and more common in national surveys, and these same surveys show that employers are ineffective in addressing workplace bullying. In addition, they are quite often complicit through their own wrongdoing. There are no current adequate legal remedies for workplace bullying, and it has not been addressed in the courts, in the legislatures, or even in unionized workplaces. Nor has it been discussed by employers. The legal system, judges, legislators, and such are also accountable both through failure to act as well as through bad actions. It is obvious that workplace bullying is a serious social problem in American society today. We can divide workplace bullying into 3 categories of behavior. The first type, individual-level bullying, is engaged in at a micro level. The tactics are engaged in through direct interaction between the person that is the bully and the target. This includes the use of any form of communication like yelling, criticizing, threatening, or ostracizing, and ignoring. A second kind of bullying is organizational policy bullying, where the bully utilizes an organizational policy such as unfair evaluations of the target, overloading the target with work tasks, the assignment of menial tasks, or taking away the voice of the target by stripping him or her of autonomy. Bullies who have the power to implement organizational policies often use this form of bullying. A third type of bullying is by proxy, where the bullies use other employees to torment their targets. Many bullies engage in all of these forms of bullying, and many targets experience a combination of all of these forms. Workplace bullying causes incredible amounts of lost productivity, absences, illnesses, psychological damage, trauma, loss of appetite, and even suicide or death as a result of illness caused by workplace stress. Those who are the targets of bullying are stripped of their human dignity, which is the basic foundation of all human rights. They are stripped of various human rights recognized in international documents such as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights passed by the United Nations in 1948. That is because they are denied the right to just and favorable working conditions and the right to a physically and psychologically safe working environment. Perhaps the most irritating part of the problem is the way that others summarily dismiss the harshness of workplace bullying. In the competitive environments of the present day, workers who are targets of bullying are often told by colleagues and friends that it is a normal part of work. Career advisors also tell these individuals that they are lucky to have a job and in essence not to worry about bullying as it is just part of the job. We have created a society that is frantically paced and competitive and works according to a kind of selfish capitalism that often supports bullying behavior and bullies at the expense of ordinary people. As a result, many victims of bullying often blame themselves, a condition that is compounded by not having adequate access to remedies or solutions. Unfortunately, many victims of workplace bullying are unable to pack up and find another job. In addition, if the bully has crushed their self-esteem, they are less likely to be able to find another employment or to even feel confident enough to search for another job. To make the problem worse, there is no right to legal recourse for most types of workplace bullying. The law provides protection against only the harshest forms of bullying, where the obvious intent and psychological damage are both clear and severe.